Morning. Welcome back to Tarot Oracle Rooms. So, guys, today is the day of the last chakra I'm doing that are inside the human body. So, this is seventh chakra, and I called her in. She gave me some really cool messages this morning. Archangel Uriel. I did a spirit guide meditation through another tarot reader's channel about 5 years ago. And one of the spirit guides that came in was Archangel Uriel as one of my personal spirit guides. She doesn't show up too much, or at least I'm not aware of her like I would like to be. And sometimes I forget that I did that meditation because there was a lady for the runes known as Freya. There was an Indian guide that came in, and I'm from Mississippi, and it's all Indian land there. The people came in. There's the Biloxi Indians, the Choctaw, Chickasaw. It was just covered with Indians. So at one point, so lots of native energies there. And then I guess through my love of animals, Mr. Bear came through. This character literally was a bear, one of the little small brown bears with the little hat on. And I'm not sure, I don't know if he had a cigar or not, but he literally, hello, I'm Mr. Bear, put out this big beefy paw that I shook in the meditation. Really, really cool. And then there was Uriel. She didn't quite look like this. She was just a big bright light, but I knew it was Uriel. Okay, so she is in charge of the upper chakra. This is, again, out of the energy deck by Sandra Ann Taylor. And I'm going to read y'all this. Have to have my glasses. Guys, these are some of my favorite colors. We found these yesterday. I absolutely love them. For you girls out there that like flashy stuff, I loved the fact that they were dripping. And they go right along my shirt, and they pick up the colors around me. You can see how much I love some of the teal, aqua. Anyway, and it's a watery energy, so I'm a fire and earth sign, so the watery energy to me represents my psychic abilities, my picking up things from the watery realm. So maybe you feel that way too. So Archangel Uriel is the seventh chakra. Spirit connections, intuition, inspiration. Now, and she's also considered the fire of God. She's called the fire of God. Now, when I started, I went ahead, and because this is going to go into, which I'm not going to do them right away, because I'm feeling like the last two I picked up, the third eye, which was Metatron and Uriel, I'm feeling like these energies, if any of you go through these chakra of opening ups, I feel like you're going to pick them up in March, or after the end of March, where we have a solar eclipse, a lunar eclipse. I've already done the solar eclipse. It's uploaded and scheduled to go up 2 weeks before that time, and I'm getting ready. After I do this, I'm gonna tap into the and this is the card I'm using for it, because it looks like there is going on. This is, again, from this deck. This is the Goddess of the Moon. I'm using this for the lunar eclipse because it is a set intention reading. And you can see there's like this dark here, like there's an eclipse happening while she's holding up the moon. So that's going to be the card for that. Okay? But I just wanted to read y'all to this, and so that you would know. She wears a crown vibrating with passionate connection to the divine. She brings great power to your seventh energy chakra, which is called the crown chakra, top of your head. It indicates an open and free-flowing channel of information and inspiration from the wonderful beings in the spirit world, a time of great intuition for you. So I'm feeling like after these eclipses, what they're telling me and showing me is that after those eclipses, and that those lunar and solar eclipses, some of you might have a huge crown awakening, okay, which is going to start giving you more energy from the universe, from the archangels and the energies above, which is why I intentionally pulled two of these other cards out of the soul star activation, which is 6 to 12 inches above your head, okay. And then we have the stellar gateway, which is 12 to 24 inches above your head. These are the chakras that are aligning, or that are going to be opening up. For some of you that have the crown chakra open up, is going to help you connect to those higher vibrations. Okay. Witch and Sith, I think, calls them the soul star. I think that's the one she calls the God one, or maybe she's talking about the stellar gateway. I'm not sure, but because I've learned there's different names and different levels. Some people break them down further to smaller energy vortexes, but I'm talking about the bigger ones that encompass you know, your crown chakra, then the one right above, and then the one right above that goes to those that other people on other channels I've also talked about. That's what they open up to get angel messages, messages from star beings, whatever comes through in their meditations. Okay, so inspiration from the wonderful beings of the spirit world, a time of great intuition, guidance from your higher awareness. So you have to allow your mind to, and I did it, guys. I sat down and did like a 30-minute meditation this morning, focusing on my candle, focusing on these energies. Okay, it's a great time to get connected. The assistance from spirit's great, and whether it's the presence of an ascended master, a powerful angel like Uriel, or just a loving friend or family member in spirit, their willingness to assist is always there. They can even open you up to the Akashic records. We might do a reading on that at some time in the future. So those of you that don't know, have something that you can, get my intake on, what my guides are telling me, what any cards or any, because I'm discovering I'm kind of teaching as I go along. This connection's open. You'll find your own spirit, and the spirit of those around you will now be able to provide answers. And they're telling me that this is March, April, going into April. So this is just to make you aware of those energies when they come in. Okay. They'll be able to give you the provide you the answers you seek and the blessings you desire. So the affirmation for this is: my seventh chakra is open to its perfect healthy state. Love and inspiration from spirit. Or you can say Archangel Uriel and my own intuition flow fully to me now. And guys, you can literally sit in front of your meditation candle and just imagine that energy coming in and lighting you up. Okay? And you can even imagine her in your head and say, ask her, what message do you have for me? And whatever comes to you, that is your message from her. Connecting with your own intuition. And your own intuition you might even get some answers back to her. Okay? Whatever just comes into your mind is what's going to, which is what's going to be your truth, what's true for you. Okay? Now, for this reading, I didn't realize until I was almost done with it that we've got a 333 message here with some extra messages for it as well. This one's a little bit different than the other ones that I've done. So, for those of you that are feeling this energy, this is probably just going to be a confirmation. At the end of the reading, I'm going to pull some truth cards for you guys. But I wanted to go into first to explaining about the crown chakra, for those of you who don't know, because I've done my tarot, I've done my runes, but I've never studied like this chakra, shadow work, that kind of stuff. So while I'm learning, I'm more than happy to talk about it, and also I'm going to do readings too that I don't talk about. I'm just going to do the readings for you. But this is the soul star activation, which is that 6 to 12 inches above. This is from the Kyle Gray deck, the portals, and this is the stellar gateway activation, and it's a manifestation vortex, infinite potential. Okay, and the soul star is fulfilling, remembering who you are, and that's that upper chakra opening up. Okay, so opening up this crown chakra does go into allowing you to help open up these other chakras, because it all has to do with your intuition, how you pick up energy from the universe around you, spirit, star seed energy, or ancestor energy, or just that crown chakra lighting up and the third eye lighting up, and the heart space. Those three chakras to me, as long as you're not trying to put some kind of attachment to the outcome of it, you're going to get whatever messages you're going to get. Okay, so I shuffled and pulled 3 cards from the time traveler decks, and I said, okay, so what kind of energies are people going to be seeing and picking up on? And we've got one of my favorite cards in the deck. We've got courage. I did a whole reading on this, guys, because I saw something in the sky that made me think of this. If y'all go back and look at my sky readings, I do have some of those I still have to catch up on. I was going to try to draw them. I can't draw. So, I could if I wanted to spend hours on it. I don't have the time. So, I'm going to upload those pictures at some point as the front of the video, and then I'm going to do readings on those. I still have yet those to do. They still keep making me feel like these are more important. So, then we have deliberation, and then we have trust. And it took me a few minutes of meditation to realize what they were saying here. Because I was like, okay, I understand the courage, and then there's deliberation, and then there was trust. And I was like, I meditated on it for a little bit, and I was like, okay, so I see what you're saying. Because this to me also picks up a little bit of dragon energy. I don't know if y'all can tell or not, but I see a dragon's face on the front of this sail. There's its ears, there's an eye, and it's got its mouth open with its teeth, and it's to me, it's dragon energy coming in to help you understand. And for those that have been around for a while, I have a dragon and fairy, and I actually have somebody Ice Steph is sending me an angel deck that has somebody standing on one mountain. There's an angel sitting on the other that looks like a fairy angel. And I'm looking at it and I'm like, oh, yes, yes, yes. Because when that deck comes is when I'm going to do that fairy and dragon deck. Because I got some kind of a message off of that while I was looking at it. I haven't really dwelled into it. But let me tell you all about this instead first. Okay. So we've got the courage. Okay. And this is telling me that for those of you that are not aware of your chakras opening, or you suddenly have these coming in like a lightning bolt, sometimes it can be scary. Sometimes those chakras opening up, that energy coming in, and some of you, it might take some courage to say, okay, so what is the universe telling me? Instead of getting any kind of a fear vibe, you need to go into so what is the universe telling me about this? And that's where the deliberation comes in. Okay, and having the courage to get the message, the deliberation to say, what is it telling me? And guys, for some reason, I always feel like these storks, on any deck that I get, I feel like these are your spirit guides talking to you. Okay, so this is that meditation of trying to figure out what that energy is. Okay, and then we've got the spirit guides coming in, or the messages coming in, so it may take a little while for you to figure out what those mean to you. Okay, and taking the time to meditate about it and to say, okay, what am I picking up with this? And whatever the message is, whatever pictures you get, then having the trust and the faith to go on what your intuition and that upper chakra archangel Ariel is telling you, or Uriel, I'm sorry. Okay, and having the trust and the faith, because the light's going to come in. And when this light comes in, you see how they're past the light came in, they understood, and they said, okay, now even if I'm not sure what the next step is, I'm going to be willing to take a leap of faith, take the next step to see where my guides are telling me to go, what path I need to be on, what's coming in on my intuition during my dreams, what's coming in from my spirit guides, okay, what kind of messages where am I setting sail for next, okay. So I kind of also akin this one to the 7, how many people are in this boat anyway? Let me see. Because it's making me think of the, is it the 7 of Wands? I'm not sure. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's 5 people in this boat. So that's a period, that's change. 5 is a number of change. And there's 5 in this boat. 1 in the boat there. And this one that's, and the other's coming on. So this to me is, okay, so I don't know if y'all can see this or not. So this light coming in is lighting up on a 1 dimension, it feels like. And then you've got the 2nd dimension. So that's, does anyone know what those wire bridges you see, the sail bridges, where they have the cables and they go up like the lump on a camel's back. They go up like this, and then they go up like this, because it's to help stabilize the bridge with the winds. Okay, and that's what that's making me think of. It's also like a bridge, but like they're very, you see them. The best view you can have of them is when you have that's going horizontal, and that's what this light looks like. And so this feels like the light coming in, like it feels like it's a process. The process of the light, then the process of saying, okay, this is changing for me. This is a trusting that I know where I'm going. Okay, even if I'm not sure yet. I'm trusting my guides. I'm trusting Uriel. I'm trusting these upper chakras, even if I'm not sure what the next step is. So again, that's a process, right? So then, they told me, I pulled, because they always give me little pictures, right? I say they tell me, but they give me these little pictures, and I know where I'm going with this. So I pulled 3 of the major arcana off the, because I only deal with the major arcana on some of my decks, on my tarot cards, okay? So, and they gave me 3. I got strength. So this, again, is relating to you having the courage and the faith and breaking the chains that bind you. I don't know if y'all can see that, but to me, that is breaking the chains that bind you. Of letting go of some kind of limited belief, okay, where she's now going, I have the strength to do this, and I didn't realize I had it. And this feels like this is highly intuitive. The strength coming in to let you know that it's time to break the chains that bind you. And the next thing we got was the Emperor. So, and this is maybe somebody that's an Aries. This could be somebody that's a Leo, or an Aries or a Sag. Okay. And we got Aries here. The Emperor, what is it? Aries? No, Aries is fire sign. So Aries, Leo, Sag. Again, Aries, Leo, Sag too, because it's well, that's actually Leo, and this is Aries. But anyway, that's what it's making me feel like. So we've got these structures here. We've got religious dogma. We've got the world in the background. Okay, old structures, old traditions, and I think what it's telling, what they're trying to extra point out is a special message for someone is, how is this supporting your beliefs and where you're going in the future? Okay, it might also be talking about having the strength to see, does that still resonate with you? Okay, of old beliefs breaking down, old traditions breaking down, and setting up new traditions, new faith systems, new trust, courage of what is feeling like your truth now. Okay, and a lot of this, again, because we then have the moon card, is this intuition. Now, guys, this is also a special card for me, because in this deck, I get the feeling of, there's several messages here. First of all, we have Cancer. This, I feel like, has to do with that lunar eclipse that's at the middle of March. Okay, this also, I feel like, talks about lineage and your spirit guides. So, because I've gotten several different messages off this card before. One I got one time was, the girl was talking to her spirit guides, and in the watery realm, picking up messages from the divine. Okay, another time I got the message off this card of that this is her talking to her unborn children that are next in her lineage, and then the lineage after that, like her children and her grandchildren. Okay, I got that message real strong. This one, though, is talking just about this lunar eclipse coming up, and then we've got Cancer here, right? More psychic stuff opening up. And if you notice on the in the water here, like you've got the full moon here, but here you're seeing where it's starting to become the lunar eclipse. Okay, so some of you might have this these upper chakras coming in during them, and your intuition is going to pull you deep inside of what your belief systems are. Okay, and it's going to create, because then I pulled runes, and we've got the first 3 runes we've got are movement. Let's see, I realized I had to put them in a certain order. So they're backwards here, but they're actually going to be front facing for you. Movement, bringing in new birth, and bringing in a whole new sense of new identity for yourself. Can y'all see that? Okay, let me do them this way. Do them one at a time so you can see what I'm talking about. So we have, this is going to create movement. Okay, and again, this is a 333 message. And then there's some extra messages here for some extra guidance. And then I'm going to pull those truth runes. So we've got movement. This also might be where you meet up with another partner, because this is representative of 2 horses facing each other and come to some kind of idea of where to go next. But it's like double mission, double movement. Okay, where you're going from here, and it brings in birth of some new ideas, new feelings, new emotions, new suddenly seeing things you haven't seen before, which brings a breakthrough in the process of self-change, which I feel like is really going to heighten up your intuition. You're really going to jump into this transformational energy, seeing things that you didn't see before. Maybe some of you will, okay, some of you might pick up more messages from your angels, specifically your angels and your spirit guides. All right. So that's for the 333 part of it right there. Okay. Of what you might possibly, and maybe for some of you, this message isn't going to resonate for everybody. This is like a confirmation for y'all, okay? Because the first 3 are what I feel like is going to be on the inside, and then on the other 3, I feel like this is where you're going to start moving through those energies and actually seeing it work out, come out in the actual physical reality of your world, what you're going through, and then you're going to see this action here, okay? So then we got success, standing still long enough in the dark for your eyes to adjust, and realizing that things are no longer the same. Okay, and then we got the ancestor rune, ancestral lands, which maybe can also be something you have to give up in your belief systems to go into the future to gain more, like more knowledge, more instinct coming in, more but it is showing victory too, though, guys, because we have that next. So this sometimes this ancestor rune can be is asking for you to give up something to achieve the next big thing, okay, or the next breakthrough in the process of self-change. And then we have spiritual warrior and joy, and this is knowing that you are a spiritual warrior. And that one I'm going to read to y'all from Ralph Bloom. And joy, which is also your tribe. Okay, So let me read. I'm going to read y'all those two. And this is out of Ralph Bloom's deck, which is the first one I learned of. So one is Spiritual Warrior, and then the next one is Joy. So that's 120 and 115. So let me go to 120 first. And 115. There's 115. So, this is the rune of the Spiritual Warrior. Always the battle of the Spiritual Warrior is with the self. So this is, again, where we're talking about what ideas still hold truth for you. Okay? What traditions still are working, that are helping you along your path, and which are breaking down, that are no longer useful to you. Funding a will through action, yet unattached to outcomes. You have to be free-flowing, okay? Remaining mindful, all you can do is stay out of your own way and let the will of heaven work through you. These were among the hallmarks of a spiritual warrior. So this brings the energy of discrimination, a sword-like quality that lets you cut away the old, the dead, the extraneous. Again, where are you sitting on how you feel about all the things that you believe? Okay. It comes with certain knowledge that the universe always has the first move. The reward of patience is patience. Here you're asked to look within and delve down to the foundations of life. Only in doing so can you hope to meet the deepest needs of your nature and tap into your most profound resources. And we always have our own internal resources, guys. You're never without power in a situation unless you let someone take that power from you. Okay? So the molding of character is an issue when you draw Tiwas or Tiwas. In some traditions, they just call it Tyr, Tyr, okay? And this is the sky god. So this is also talking about, about the strength of what you have inside of you. And we've already got strength in here. So it's a masculine energy, the active principle, the urge for conquest, especially self-conquest, is a lifelong pursuit and calls for awareness, single-mindedness, and willingness to undergo your passion with your passage with compassion and in total trust. Do you see how the cards fall? Okay. And then you've got her, the strength of being able to do that. So the runes are backing up the confirmation for you. You have the strength to do this. Everyone's on their own path. It took me years to learn how to tell people to get the hell out of my business, or to not tell me how to live my life. Okay? Because only you're brought into this world by yourself. You're going out of this world by yourself. It's up to you to decide how you're going to use these energies. Okay, so when it comes in response to a relationship, the relationship is both timely and providential. So you might even meet someone that shares new ideas with you that you were not expecting, and you go, oh, and you see suddenly with a new perspective. Okay, that might be how these energies play out for you, of the way you look at them and the way you go, oh, and suddenly you see it from someone else's perspective. So I'm feeling like somebody's going to be talking to someone, and then all of a sudden you're going to feel this energy of being pulled outside of yourself and coming around from another, literally like doing a turn mentally and going, I never thought of it that way. But you'll see the connections. Okay, that's what they're telling me. So when it comes in response to a relationship, it indicates the relationship is timely and providential. The bonds are real and there's work for you to do together. So this may be other people. That's where the tribe comes in, where you might find these other people that are learning of the same, maybe. Okay, so they're showing me a group, and they're saying this is also relating to this intuition card, where you suddenly meet these people you were not expecting to meet, and they all have slightly different perspectives, but all of y'all understand each other. It's like they're showing me going around the group. Y'all all speak about it. Y'all all talk about it. It might be in the most unlikely place. We'll see what happens when we pull the Truth Oracle. And all of a sudden, you get these other perspectives, and it starts opening up even more so with your understanding of how you view the world. Okay? So, a rune of courage and dedication. Oh, if the issue concerns devotion to a cause, an idea, or a path of conduct, and again, we've got this breakthrough in the process of self-change. We've got this having to let go of something to achieve a broader view, and the success of that. Okay, you might have to give something up, maybe an idea or a foundational belief that you suddenly realize doesn't hold true for you anymore. Doesn't mean it wasn't true a long time ago, but maybe now you're realizing it's true now, or it's not quite true now, and you have to put another piece of the puzzle in there, another belief. Okay, so that's also talking about breaking down even more of old beliefs that are no longer suited to the person you're becoming now. Does that make sense? I think that it does. A rune of courage. Okay. The warrior rune counsels perseverance, although at times the kind of perseverance called for is patience. So again, some of those things having to come in and having trust that they're going to do that. A rune of courage. Guys, that was the very first thing we got here. Was the courage. What's your next level of courage? What does it look like? Okay, so dedication in ancient times, Tiwaz was the glyph that warriors painted on their shields before battle. All right. Now the same symbol strengthens our resolve to align ourself with ourself, and that is the true nature of your being. One joy is a fruit-bearing branch. The term of travail is ended. You've come to yourself in some regard. Again, there's that breakthrough coming through where you're getting a whole different perspective on what you believe is possible for you, what's possible that you're seeing play out in your every day-to-day reality. So these are the extra messages, guys, okay? After the 333 message. So I'm going to push those off to the side because they're getting around the book. So I'm just going to read y'all some of this. Because I know what it's saying, but I just want to give y'all a little bit more information about it. The shift that's occurred, you can now, has occurred, you're freely to receive Wonjo's blessings rather than material gain, your emotional life, and a heightened sense of your own well-being, or even your own crown chakra opening up to these other energies, and you're realizing how you're seeing this energy play out in your life. This is an alchemical moment in which understanding is transmuted from knowledge. So, again, and then we have the knowledge here and the beliefs and the traditions. That some of those may break away. That may be something you have to give up to get a greater understanding of how things work for you. The knowledge itself was a necessary but not sufficient condition. So now you can rejoice having been carried across the gap by the will of heaven. Which the will of heaven, when we're talking about heaven, we're not talking about the literal, when you die, you go to heaven. We're talking about the universe, the universal energies. And this is Uriel, I'm sorry. They're interchangeable, actually. But this is her coming in to support, okay, whatever new is coming in for you. And if you look on this soul star, again, this is the chakra that's above that. You see these energies breaking open to connect you with these higher divine energies. So you might have some truths come in. Okay, see all this purpley energy here to do with your third eye. You might also your third eye. These upper chakras opening up, connecting you to the universal energies in a way like I said, it feels like it comes in like a lightning bolt, but it's, for some of you, it might be another piece of the puzzle, one more step forward. And as you step forward, all that light becomes available to you, all that knowledge, all that understanding, okay? So, joy accompanies new energy blocked. Light pierces the clouds, touches the water as something lovely emerges from the depths. That's that sudden understanding coming in. So a new clarity may call for you to renounce existing plans, ambitions, goals. It's proper. I already know what this says. It's proper to the person you're leaving behind. Timely for you to do so. Wonjo is a rune of restoration of yourself properly aligned. So that is major energy coming in that you start understanding even more so why some things have happened to you, why you're at the point that you're at. The upper chakras opening up, this extra energy coming in and making you aware of it. And then we have Anzu, which is the rune of sacred knowledge coming in. Your ancestors, your spirit guides, wisdom, knowledge, maybe something even to do with the Akashic records. Okay? Some things that maybe you felt that come in that maybe might also feel like now I understand. You might bring in some knowledge or some parts of a past life that suddenly make sense to you of where you are meant to go now. And I'm going to actually read a little bit of what the Perth rune means, because it's like a dice, a chess game. It's also taking a leap of faith. It's also like an initiation. So there's some initiation there to those upper chakras coming in. 103. Now, guys, I scribe when I do my runes, so that's where a lot of the messages come from. But I only pull out the book sometimes to give y'all some extra understanding, because it's initiation, something hidden, a secret matter. It's no longer going to be a secret. It's pointing to what's beyond your powers. It's on the side of heaven. The unknowable has associations with the phoenix, the bird that consumes itself in the fire and rises from its own ashes. Its ways are secret and hidden. So powerful forces of change. Again, that breakthrough in the process of self-change. Yet what is achieved is not easily or readily shared. After all, becoming means of it is a profound secret. Because you, and actually the secret is, guys, we're all connected in the divine matrix. We're all connected energetically. We just are usually so overpowered with our own ego, our own needs, our own getting up every day, that is why sometimes you don't see the other higher vibrations, because you're too focused on the survival mode. You know, I got to get up in the morning. I got to do this. I got to do that. I got the kids, got the animals. I got work. I got, you know, my spiritual side. I got my friend, you know what I mean? Just the daily run of life. Okay. So on the side of the earth, they're mundane. There may be surprises, gains, and rewards you didn't anticipate, because these chakras opening up are going to bring in more knowledge. Okay. On the side of human nature, it's symbolized by the flight of the eagle, soaring flight, free from entanglement. And that's getting that broader perspective. That's another perspective. Maybe you can see more of a big picture than what you ever saw before. Because these chakras open up, and Uriel's there to tell you, she's there to help you, guide you through those. So if you have any issues with that, if you get any kind of physical sensations, like, you know, one side of your body gets the chills. Sometimes, guys, if you've been with me long enough, I'll be doing readings, and all of a sudden I'll get these little chills at one side of my skull or the other. I get messages from, I'll feel like they're coming from this is like where my spirit guides are. When I, like Edward's, he's been here a lot lately. I'll literally feel that part of my head tingle when I start getting the messages in. Sometimes you might feel the hairs on the back of your neck stand up. Those are all parts of your intuition. The spirit guides coming in, seeing them in your mind's eye. However, but getting that higher perspective of what's going on that you weren't aware of before. Okay, you might even start seeing people's. Okay, he just said you might start seeing people's auras more. Seeing, especially colors of pink and green around people. That's a message for someone. All's indicated here that this is to help you to realize that there is to acquire broader vision. I said that before we even did this. Another cycle runes that stands at the heart of initiation. Nothing external matters here except as it shows you its inner reflection. This rune is concerned with the deepest stratum of our being, the bedrock on which our destiny is founded. Birth means, for some people, experiencing a death. If need be, let go of everything. No exceptions, no exclusions. Nothing less than renewal of your spirit is at stake here. So this, again, is that process and the breakthrough of self-change, of having this greater understanding, all this intuition opening up. You might start having dreams in vibrant colors. You might start getting actual memories the next morning of spirit guides coming in, okay? And not knowing quite maybe who they were. You're going to have a sudden understanding of that. It might take a couple of days, but you're going to understand it like within a couple of days, instead of it, you know, going, well, I had a weird dream last night. Then 2 years later, the dream pops up in your mind. And you go, oh, I remember that dream. I'm not the only one that's had that experience. I cannot be. I am human. So somebody's had to have had that experience. And I've told y'all about a lot of them. Okay, so that's what this message is. I'm going to pull some oracle runes now on this before we end this up, because I'm already running into 33 minutes. I don't mean to bore y'all. I try to keep them down, but these chakra messages are, to me, extremely big messages. And this is also a 333. So, and then we've got 333 here too. So we got 3, 3. The first main runes were 3, and we got 3 here. So we got 3, 3, 3, 3. Somebody look that up for me. Okay, so let's see. In the truth oracle, give us what truth do they need to be aware of? Spirit guide, angels of mine, and other people. If there's a certain message you want to get out, this is the time to pick the card. Guys, I had been putting a tablecloth on here because it just sounded so loud. Okay, so let us see. Alright, let's do underneath first. What may they not be seeing? Time to pause and solidification. So, for some of you, this is going to be a process, a little bit at a time. Where, that you see how they got these steps? Okay, they're showing cool down, but it looks like steps to me. You might be going a step with the chakra opening up and then getting these messages, or you might be at the top here when all this opens up, and then it takes you a little while, you know, to center, ground, pick up these messages. So this is pause, solidification, and calm. Okay, do not let it freak you out. All right. What else might they not see coming here? Investigate, explore, search. You might have some things pop up that you decide to go research on to give you a better understanding of what you're feeling. Sorry guys, I get the shakes when I start when I'm channeling this much. When you start getting you know, pieces of the puzzle coming in, all right, and you might have to go to several different resources to get it. Again, look, we've got a 3 here, guys. It looks like when I look at it, it's not, but when I look at it in the camera, it is 1, 2, 3, and everything opening up. Well, he's got this flashlight on it. Okay, so some more pieces of the puzzle coming in. What else might they not see coming? That some of the stuff is time to trash. Some of your old ideas, and I keep getting this card no matter how many times I shuffle this. There are some of you that are hanging on to some things that are not true for you anymore. So take out and examine. Like the back of this card shows you. Sitting down, meditating, putting the spotlight on yourself and saying, what am I believing that's no longer true? Okay? And again, I got that a couple of different times in this message. So what do they see coming? What do they need to know? So, wishes, expect, desire. This feels like this is talking about instant manifestation. Like after everything solidifies, you might one day sit down and say, well, you know, I would kind of wish that I would, you know, see this, or maybe you tell them, hey, spirit guides, if I'm right, if what I'm feeling is right, I want to see a white star. Or I want to see a red cardinal, or I want to see a certain number, or, you know, I want to see something that looks like angel wings, or asking them for a symbol to give you confirmation, okay? Uninvited guest, surprise accident, big change, moment of decision. For some of you, this is going to be a big decision. This is going to be how much do I want to invest of my time, my energy, my space of going into the future and exploring things that I'm not sure of. You might unexpectedly get an ancestor come in, or a friend that's no longer with us might come surprise you in your dreams. Or you might even have somebody in the physical world suddenly show up one day, that someone you haven't talked to in a while, that shows up in your every day-to-day life that you haven't talked to in 20 years. Or get a phone call out of the blue. Some kind of message is going to come in that's going to give you confirmation. I feel like somebody's going to ask for this. Or somebody's going to get an unexpected visit in some sort of way. Okay? It says surprise, accident, big change, moment of decision. Uninvited guest. So it feels like something that you're not expecting is going to pop up. Rather it's a psychic dream, rather it's, again, a friend, a person you haven't seen in forever, a phone call, something. And you're going to have to make a decision at that moment, okay? You know, sometimes we do have people come back and visit us that we just didn't want to see again, and you have to make a moment decision of, am I going to talk to you or not? You know, so it feels like making a choice here on something, okay? And it's a surprise to you. Or it's an accidental meeting. So, deep thinking, remember, solve puzzles, code word. So this is, again, solving some things for you. See this light coming in? Okay? And then we've got this right here. And this always makes me, there's street lights on one side. On the other side, there isn't, with the cars coming down. So it always makes me think that you're of two minds of something here. Okay? So, but there are headlights in the distance. Where's the headlights on this? Let me see it again. All right. Right there. I feel like there's a car coming right there. So it is going to come to you how to handle this. Okay? Of how you want to handle this energy. How you want to, of whatever comes in that you were not expecting. All right? And key people, core of the problem, pass. So some kind of key you're going to get is going to give you an idea of which door to pick, which perspective you want to see. Again, I feel like other people are going to come in and show this to you. Dreams, things that intuitively you're being told, or being given messages about, in like I said, in your dreams, or people you actually run into you hadn't thought to run into. And I'm going to pull one more. Talent, born with features, personality. Some of you you're going to realize some of these things that are going on with you are in your DNA. I feel like this is talking about DNA. I know it says talent and born with, features, personality, but I feel like they're talking about DNA. Every time I see this symbol, to me, this is my DNA symbol. Something in you that you don't even know. You might even find a relative that's passed away comes in and gives you some kind of divine inspiration. Okay? Some kind of divine inspiration, or somebody that you didn't expect to see. Like if y'all been watching me for a while, you know, recently I did a reading where I pulled the Beloved Dead deck, and I had two of my aunts come in. Two of my aunts, Aunt Matilda and Aunt Lelia, who've been passed away for many years, came in, okay? And they let me know that they are partly embodied in those two angel candles I have. Aunt Matilda always looked stern, had that I'm tapping my little foot look on her face, whereas my Aunt Lelia, she'd be serious, and then just like my uncle Oswald, she'd crack a joke with a straight face, and then she'd laugh. You know, I had a psychic dream about her one time that where it must have been right after she passed away, and I didn't know she had passed away at the time. And I was at, I don't even remember where I was at. I think it happened when I was in Mississippi, after I moved there. It may have been when I was still in Florida. And in the dream, I walked in, and the only one I first saw was my Aunt Lelia, and there's a table of all my aunts and uncles that have passed away sitting there. And my Aunt Lelia laughed. I mean, she's sitting there, she looks at me, she looks at him, and she starts laughing. She goes, she's surprised she's here. And that's the only part I remember the dream. Whatever conversation we had, whatever they were telling me about, I didn't remember. Maybe I wasn't supposed to. But I tell you this much. Aunt Lelia was there. And they called him Walt. My Uncle Oswald. Little short man, always laughing. Told me one time when I was a teenager when I had a flat tire, he says, you know how to fix that flat tire? I went, and I'm thinking, well, yeah, I had a boyfriend teach me how to do it. And I look at him, he goes, take it off, turn it over, and put it back on. And I was like, ha, 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 so funny, right? You know, turn the tire around so the flat's on the top. I was smart enough to know better, but that was the kind of person that he was, okay? So, guys, this is your reading. I'm going to leave it here, all right? This is the 7th chakra, Archangel Uriel. How you might see these energies and how they might come in for you and how you might handle them. Until next time, guys, be a light in the darkness. Ciao.